1988. We sold Garfield through Saturday morning. So if I'm doing 1 or 2 half hours a year, all of a sudden we're doing 13 half hours a year. And that first year that Garfield was on, it was the #1 show on television. So CBS made it into a 1-hour show. So all of a sudden I'm going from 13 to 26 half hours. And in 1 year, so I keep expanding, finding bigger reporters, getting them staff established. And so anyway, it was a great ride, and we kept expanding and selling other shows that we created, like Bobby's World with Howie Mandel, and Seabear and Jamal with Tone Loc. Also got very high ratings on the other channels. And so anyway, then we kept growing, and I got a call from the Simpsons people asking me if I wanted to produce The Simpsons. And I said, well, there's already a studio producing Simpsons. That's Klasky Csupo. And I said, well, we'll be taking it away from them. We want you to do it. So I said, can I come over and we'll talk about it? So I went over to their studio, and they said, we'll find out more about it. And they said, yeah, one person was not cooperating with the network, and was having problems, and if he would replace that one person, he could keep the show. And he refused. So I says, well, do you mind if I go back to my studio and talk with him, talk to Gabor Csupo, excuse me. And he said, yeah. I went back to the studio, and I called up Gabor, because I know him, so he was I didn't want to think that he was taking something behind his back. And so I called him and asked him, Gabor, Simpsons has been offered to me. They tell me that they're going to be taking it away from you. And he says, yeah, they're trying to tell me how to run my studio, and my wife's going to tell me how to do that, blah, blah, blah. And so I said, he said, well, and if you're going to give it to anyone, I'm glad that they chose you. I said, well, thank you. So then I called Fox and said, I'll take it. Mm-hmm. And so then all of a sudden we grew again. So we kept growing from the original two or three people in 1984 to now we've kind of doubled in size every year. And so now we're up in the hundreds. And we kept selling more shows. We did a movie, Tom and Jerry, the movie. We did The Critic. We did The Mask, and Felix the Cat. There's so many shows we had in our scale. We've just grown tremendously. Looking back, there was a great feeling of fulfillment of making the right choice and creating a studio that was similar to some of the old studios that I enjoyed, like Disney's and Chuck Jones and Bill and Linda's, that were run by creative people. And
not the pencil pushers?
Not the pencil pushers, although they tried. But you have to understand the creative mentality, and you have to trust the people, the artists, the writers, the animators, the background people, because they take pride in their work, and they're not going to do anything that undermines it. So I created a studio that kind of mirrored the old way of working, the old atmospheres where, you can have fun and do it, but just do it on budget and do it on time. That's all I think they expected, and nobody ever let me down.